Summer in States. Jake's summer vacation in the United States was turning out to be an adventure he hadn't quite expected. Originally from a small town in England, the vastness of the US left him both amazed and overwhelmed. The plan was simple: road trip across the East Coast, experience the American culture, and make memories. He began his journey in New York City. The skyscrapers dwarfed him, and the buzz of Times Square felt electric. He found himself making friends with locals and fellow tourists alike, sharing stories over oversized slices of pizza. From there, he journeyed to Washington, D.C. A city filled with history and power. Jake marveled at the monuments, took a walk around the National Mall, and imagined the many decisions made within the walls of the White House. Then came the Carolinas, with their laid-back vibe, sandy beaches, and delicious barbecue. Jake quickly realized that every state was like a new country, with its own distinct culture, food, and vibe. Philadelphia was a city that struck a chord with him. While he was well versed in British history, the Liberty Bell and the tales of the American Revolution gave him a fresh perspective on freedom and sacrifice. While the places were incredible, it was the people that made Jake's trip truly unforgettable. There was Sarah, a writer from Boston who shared her stories of the American Revolution. Mike, a trucker from Virginia who spoke about the open American roads and the freedom they offered. And Lily, a student from Georgia who taught Jake the real meaning of Southern hospitality. However, there was one thing Jake was yet to experience: an American 4th of July. He found himself in Miami, joining a group of new friends for a beach barbecue. As the sun set, the sky erupted in colors with fireworks, while everyone cheered, danced, and celebrated. As summer neared its end, Jake sat on a quiet beach in Florida, reflecting on his journey. The States had given him memories, friends, and experiences he would cherish forever. And as he boarded his flight back to England, he carried with him not just souvenirs, but stories, smiles, and a piece of the American summer. The summer that taught him the beauty of diversity, the warmth of strangers, and the vastness of a country that felt like a whole new world. Last exam. For Alex, the entire school year had culminated to this one day. The last exam of his senior year. Beyond this paper lay freedom, graduation, and the beginning of adulthood. It wasn't just another test, it was a rite of passage. The night before, he had meticulously gone over his notes one last time. The scribbled pages, highlighted textbooks, and countless practice papers sprawled across his desk. His roommates, already done with their exams, tried to coax him out for a celebratory night, but Alex resisted. One more night, he promised himself, then it's all over. The morning of the exam, he woke up earlier than his alarm. A mixed bag of anxiety and excitement made his heart race. After a quick breakfast and a last-minute review, Alex made his way to the examination hall. Walking into the hall, memories flooded back. The first time he'd been there, the feeling of being lost, the friendships he had built over the years, the challenges, and the accomplishments. His friends waved from a corner, and they all took their seats. As the question paper was handed out, Alex took a deep breath. The room was filled with the rustling of papers and the ticking of the clock. The invigilator gave the signal to start, and the room went silent except for the scratching of pens on paper. Time seemed to fly. Alex tackled each question, recalling formulas, dates, and facts he had committed to memory. Doubts did creep in, and there were moments of panic when he couldn't remember an answer immediately. But he pushed through, reminding himself of the late nights and the hard work he'd put in. Finally, the invigilator announced the last 15 minutes. Alex revisited tricky questions and double-checked his answers. As the clock's hands met, he put down his pen with a deep sigh. The hall erupted in chatter as papers were collected. Walking out, the weight lifted off Alex's shoulders. Friends were hugging, discussing answers, and making plans for the evening. The sun seemed brighter, the air lighter. Today, Alex wasn't just done with an exam, he was done with a significant chapter of his life. That evening, the campus was alive with celebrations. Music blared from every corner, and impromptu dance parties popped up. Alex, surrounded by his friends, let go of all the stress and danced like nobody was watching. The last exam was more than just a test, it was the end of an era and the beginning of countless new adventures. And as the night wore on, Alex knew he was ready to face the world outside, with memories of school tucked safely in his heart. Kite detective. In the small town of Windhaven, kite flying wasn't just a pastime, it was an obsession. Every year, the Windhaven Kite Festival brought folks from all around the region to show off their kite flying skills and to display their uniquely designed kites. Billy, a 12-year-old boy with a knack for problem solving, was passionate about kites. He had a collection of over 50, each of a different design. But more than flying them, Billy was known in town as the kite detective. Whenever a kite went missing, got stuck, or there was a kite-related mystery, Billy was the one to call. Just days before this year's festival, a problem arose. The prized kite of the festival, the Golden Falcon, a large, ornate kite with gold leaf designs, had gone missing from the town museum. The town was in an uproar. The festival couldn't start without the ceremonial flight of the Golden Falcon. The mayor, in desperation, approached Billy. "We need your expertise, Billy. Can you help us find the Golden Falcon?" Billy accepted the challenge with glee. His first stop was the museum. He observed the place where the kite had been kept, a broken glass case. There were no footprints or any evident signs of a break-in. However, Billy noted a trail of gold leaf flakes leading towards the back door of the museum. Following the trail, he arrived at the town's forest. The trail led him to a clearing where he found several kites tangled in the trees, and among them was the Golden Falcon. As he approached, he noticed a figure trying to untangle the kites. It was Mr. Glisson, the town's notorious kite hoarder. "I just wanted to add it to my collection," Mr. Glisson said guiltily when confronted. He had never intended to steal it, but when he saw it, the temptation was too strong. He had taken it for a flight and ended up tangling it with other kites. Billy, with his detective skills, had saved the day. The kite was returned, and the festival proceeded with even more gusto. As for Mr. Glisson, he was put in charge of kite safety for the festival, ensuring that no kite would ever get tangled again. The story of Billy's adventure spread far and wide, cementing his reputation as the legendary kite detective of Windhaven. A new variant. In the bustling city of Neotown, science and technology were at the heart of every discussion. It was the golden age of innovation, and every day brought with it a new discovery. Among these discoveries was the existence of different variants, not of viruses, but of something more delightful, chocolate. Dr. Eliza Hartley, a renowned food scientist, had been working on a new formula to enhance the taste and texture of chocolate. For years, she had meticulously tried combining different cocoa beans, varied temperatures, and distinct techniques. And one fateful afternoon, she created a variant of chocolate that was unlike any other. The Hartley chocolate variant, as it was named, was a perfect blend of sweetness, bitterness, and a velvety texture that melted in the mouth. News of this delicious creation spread like wildfire, and soon everyone in Neotown wanted to get a taste. However, with great invention came great challenges. The ingredients for the new variant were rare, and only a small batch could be produced. As demand skyrocketed, the price of this exclusive chocolate soared. People lined up outside Dr. Hartley's lab, hoping to get their hands on a bar. Seeing the chaos it was creating, Dr. Hartley decided to host an event at Neotown Central Park. There, she explained her discovery to the masses and promised to teach other chocolatiers her method, provided they maintain the quality and do not overprice the product. In collaboration with other chocolate makers, the Hartley chocolate variant started being produced in larger quantities. The city was filled with the aroma of this new chocolate, from luxury restaurants to street-side stalls. Soon, Neotown became famous not just for its technological advances, but also as the home of the world's best chocolate. Visitors from all over came to experience this culinary marvel. Dr. Hartley didn't just invent a new type of chocolate, she created an experience, a memory, and most importantly, she brought joy to many. The tale of a new variant wasn't one of fear, but of excitement, unity, and the magic of discovery.